Not many people know this, but the classic Nicktoon Ren and Stimpy had an incredibly dark secret that involved underage child brides. In the early 1990s, Nickelodeon created an animation incubator program called Nicktoons, which sought to find the most interesting and unique voices in the animation community and help them to make TV shows. Possibly the most unique and most interesting was Ren and Stimpy. Many people have fond memories of Ren and Stimpy, but what they don't know is that the show's creator, John Kricfalusi, or John K as he went by, had a contentious relationship with Nickelodeon almost from the very start, constantly battling with them over long animation delays due to his perfectionism and also censorship due to the often violent and sometimes questionably mature nature of the content. And eventually, after multiple seasons, he was fired and replaced with a different showrunner. But over these years, unbeknownst to most people who weren't paying enough attention, there was something a little off about this guy, and he would sometimes say weird stuff like this.
One of them's a hot chick with big cans and nice legs. Who drew that? You?
She's underage, too.
Yeah, very nice.
And it turned out it was because he was harboring a very dark secret. In 2018, two women, Robin Bird and Katie Rice, came forward and detailed how when they were 15 and 14 years old respectively, they had written letters to John K as Ren and Stimpy superfans. And he had responded, at first under the guise of giving them advice on how to break into the animation industry, but very quickly the correspondence turned sexual. With both women, girls at the time, the letter writing eventually turned into phone calls, which then eventually evolved into John K personally paying to fly them out to LA to help them break into the biz. He ended up giving Robin Bird a job as a junior animator at Spumco, his animation studio. She says that they also began a sexual relationship when she was 16 years old. And then when she turned 17, John K moved her into his house. Katie Rice was also given a junior level job at Spumco at the age of 14 years old. And she says that John K started immediately making sexual remarks towards her and sexually harassing her on a daily basis. They also alleged that John Kricfalusi possessed child illicit materials on his computer, and though this was reported to the police and it was investigated, the statute of limitations on the matter had elapsed and they weren't able to do anything about it. In response to these shocking claims, John Kricfalusi's lawyers put out a statement acknowledging that he did in fact have a 16-year-old girlfriend at some point in his 30s, but denied the rest of the accusations. And that's basically it. John K put out a personal statement apologizing to the women for any bad feelings he may have caused them, blaming it on his depression and bipolar disorder, which they didn't find to be adequate. But despite the accusations of grooming and child illicit material, the statute of limitations had elapsed on all of these things, so he still lives as a free man. And if you or anybody else you know is experiencing something like this, you can call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD. And for anybody else, you can consider donating to my favorite charity organization that helps to stop child trafficking, Save the Children, at savethechildren.org.